when was the last time you laughed out loud? If that's a hard question, it's something we need to fix right away. Whether it's laughing at or with someone or yourself, laughter is proven to relax and revitalize stress levels and your mood. Laughter can also be powerful in changing our perspective on situations. It can make people feel more comfortable, ease tension, reduce anger, and bring more joy into our lives. So, with all that said, here's a joke about my grandfather, Ken. Hopefully, this will fuel the laughter. For as long as I can remember, my grandfather and grandmother have owned a farm in Yaba North in country Victoria. At the back of the farm, there is a huge dam ideal for swimming in. At one stage, my grandfather had put out really nice chairs and tables and planted trees around its edges to make it green and friendly. One evening, he decided to go down to the dam to look it over. He grabbed a big bucket he hoped to fill with fruit on the way. As he neared the dam, he heard voices and excited laughter. As he drew closer, he found a bunch of women skinny dipping. He made them aware of his presence, and immediately they swam to the other side. One woman shouted, "We're not coming out until you leave." Ken replied, "Ladies, I didn't come here to watch you swim naked or make you get out of my dam. Carry on having fun." 10 seconds went by. He then held up his bucket and said, "I'm just here to feed my pet crocs." Exercise. It's no secret any short amount of physical exercise and outburst will get your blood flowing. Exercise is a surefire mood booster. It's a brilliant way to reduce stress and alleviate any anxiety flutters quickly. So, because this book is made up of 5 parts, I want you to stand up and do either 5 star jumps, 5 squats, or 5 burpees. Go. The old me. I think it's important you learn a bit about me and my story before I try to convince you how you can change yours. While, yes, people often describe me as a battery-powered, unturn-offable bunny and see me as this joyous, energetic big kid, this hasn't always been the case. For a large portion of my late teens into adulthood, I was a person who was strictly all work. Come to think of it, I was an all-work kind of kid as well. Growing up. Growing up, I was your average kid in Shepparton, country Victoria, a place just 2 hours north of Melbourne. Reflecting back, I was pretty darn fortunate. I grew up surrounded by a rather big, extended family and had 2 doting parents in Karen and Kevin, and 2 younger sisters, Kayla and Hannah. The 5 of us lived on Broken River, surrounded by parkland, bike tracks, and a bunch of outdoor activities always screaming out for our attention. And I was just screaming out, in general. I was a kid who loved to make noise. I was a chatterbox and was always being told I could talk with a mouthful of marbles, something that, as you can imagine, got me into trouble at school in later years and later in life. I am forever grateful that I was able to share my upbringing with my 2 wonderful sisters. We had so much fun together, as well as many fights. They became excellent cricket bowlers and kickers of the footy because that's all I used to make them do. But thinking back now, when I was a kid, I just had a lot of energy to burn and a pretty intense competitive streak to match. Country competition. In regional towns like ours, growing up in a hyper-sport-focused community isn't unusual. Weeknights and weekends are often dedicated to sport. And if you're not playing sport, you're socializing in and among your sporting clubs, often with the same circle of friends, time and time again. Competition through sport was rife in Shepparton. And if you're listening to this wondering about the Sidebottom link, as many do here in Australia, we are cousins. That's right. All us male Sidebottom cousins grew up competing against one another.